Hey everyone, this is KC and my partner, my beautiful, irritating partner, but very knowledgeable partner, co host, or host, star host. I'm doing too much?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gigi.
Hey, lovies.
Hey assholes.
Well, today we're going to speak mainly on heartbreaks and different aspects of heartbreaks, what type of relationships bring the majority of those heartbreaks. Um, First and foremost, I guess I'll share my story, huh?
I mean, you don't necessarily have to share a story, but reflecting on emotions that deals with heartbreaks.
Well, um, first and foremost, majority of my heartbreaks come from
Okay.
whatever, come from disappointments. How I set someone so high up on a bar in my life and they just disappoint me one time after another. And another thing is that I've learned you cannot fall in love with potential. Don't do it. It's not worth it at the end of the day because idiot. It's up to the other person as far as how far they want to go in life, and it's not up to you. So at the end of the day, you want to fall in love with someone who's falling back in love with you.
You know, falling in love with someone's potential is like falling in love with an egg that you bought from the grocery store. It has great potential to hatch, but we all know it's never going to.
This is why we haven't made a video.
we both
No,
are
don't. No. Yeah.
we are both recovering from an illness that was I don't want to say specifically carried from me, but all in all, anywho, my experience with being this is real deep. My experience with these type of emotions that deals with having a broken heart, priceless, priceless, and very painful and life changing because these were situations that I wasn't even in a relationship. These were situations where I was hoping and building for a relationship. One of them was my fault. The other one was me being young, naive, and I let them particular situations put me in a corner to where I wanted to not go out. I didn't want to call no one. I didn't feel like myself. I was in desperate need of help mentally because
It is.
and still is. And that emotion is I rather get set on fire alive. I really that's how painful that feeling is to me. Just I would rather be set on fire.
So how long do it usually take you to get out of those feelings or emotions that you have after dealing with the heartbreak?
Honestly, it took me years. It took me years.
That's the
It took me years to get over them emotions because every girl that I may have pursued or wanted to be with, it never unfolded, and it always reminded me of that heartbreak. Like, is it me? Is it something about me? Why I'm not appealing to the type that I would like? Why are these situations coming forth repeatedly, back to back to back after this particular situation. And I wouldn't call my situations heartbreak. I will call them disappointments. But it tore my heart very, very deeply to the point where I wanted to tear myself apart. And what people fail to realize that emotions are very dangerous. Lying to someone is very dangerous. And not reacting quick on something that you know for sure can be very detrimental to a situation. So I really need everyone to be more conscious of the way you handle your relationships, your breakups, and the words that you carry to another when it comes to ending certain situations. People do hurt themselves over emotions. It's a known fact.
Well,
People do suicidal attempts or they cut themselves to relieve pain. Now, before I let you get deep into this, being that deeply hurt to where you're willing to end your life, that's very hard. That's very that's those are some emotions that must be so pivotal. They so it's the intangible, It's like getting cut and you can't even see where the scar is at. It's like internally bleeding. You can't really heal it on the spot. And it's hard to find where it's at if you can't see it. And people, we're only humans. The emotions we have, sometimes people make fun of them. They say,
mhm.
get out your feelings. Why are you in your feelings? And that's why I say social media is not the best place to even be at if you even sexually frustrated, let alone going through a heartbreak, let alone being in a relationship or even dating someone, because you don't really want social media intervening. Because sometimes just a thought, all it takes is a thought to really change a railroad track, to change someone's train of thought. A lot of us proclaim that we're mentally strong, but we're not, you know?
Well, for some people, because as a person and to be mentally strong, you really have to have control over your emotions. And at the end of the day, we all are emotional creatures. So, what I just want to say is that after a heartbreak, what I've learned is I had to sit there and understand what emotions that I had at that moment and what caused everything. I take at least a few minutes
So you
out
look
of
into
my
the cause and
day.
effects.
Yeah.
Speak up
And
some, make sure everybody hear you as well. I had to do that myself because the last video we did, it was kind of shaky for me.
that's not good to do it in the middle of the video.
I know, but these people love us.
Okay.
We
Well,
cool.
whatever.
We love y'all
So,
too.
like I said, you have to take at least 15 minutes out of your day
Hmm.
just to think about things that you could have did better or that you could have done to prevent the situation or
That's
whatever it is that you need time to really think about so that you won't take that to the next relationship. You actually need to heal completely, and in order to do that you have to actually understand what it is that you feel, and you have to know where you went wrong, and what it is that you want, and in order to really get over it you have to start focusing on yourself and being a little selfish with your time, and just put more into you, what you like, and figure out everything that you know that you need to figure out
I
in
know
order to move on.
it's a hard situation,
So
but it's a hard situation to elaborate on because heartbreaks. Everybody deal with their problems, their issues, their
differently.
emotions differently.
Mhm.
Don't let these emotions tear you apart to where you're no longer the person that you once knew. Because that's what happened to me.
But that's what I'm
But
saying
that's what
is
happened to
that you
me.
have to take time out to actually.
But that don't work for men
It's okay,
sometimes.
but well, for women, it's okay to sit there. It's not okay to dwell on it, but it's okay to take a few minutes to sit there and think about it so that you can get through those emotions so that you can heal. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to, think you've moved on, regardless to if it's been 6 months to a year and a half,
Mhm.
and you really haven't moved on. You get what I'm saying? So you want to kind of handle that then and there. And if you're not strong enough to handle that, then you need an accountability partner, someone that you can actually go talk to, and someone that you entrust in, that you feel comfortable with telling your emotions to. So
Well,
it's pretty touchy. It is this subject altogether. We gotta call it.
we've been had a call. Hello. All right. What's up, man?
The reason why we should.
Question. Can you please explain your situation to us as far as when it comes to having a broken heart or a situation that you don't have no closure with? Yeah. Can you speak up a little more, please? Speak up a little bit more. Yeah, please. So you're okay. So hold on. Your biggest issue is closure right now. You don't have any torn emotions about the whole situation, do you? Have you reached out? Right. And the thing, you know what, and that's something else I didn't get a chance to touch on or Gigi as we was talking in the video, you know what I'm saying? Closure is everything because honestly, in a lot of my situations, you know what I'm saying? Because I know you familiar with the one particular time when I was talking to someone and she was missing. That was like some years ago, man. That was like back when we was still over there on Schoolcraft. And there was a particular girl that I was messing with, but y'all never got a chance to see her. But I told y'all she was missing, whatever. And I was like really hoping she would come back around, whatever. Because I talked to her parents and she told me she was missing. I don't know if you remember, but Jay cracked a couple jokes about it before though. Right, and that Right. In that particular situation, man, to be honest with you, it fucked me up real bad when I found out that she really wasn't missing. You know what I'm saying? She was just really out thought bopping. You know, but she told me and her
Yeah.
parents that she was missing. You know, but
Well,
I hear that pretty well. And all in all, what I'm saying to you is closure.
You ain't gonna get it all the time.
That's the thing about it, and see, that's the hard thing about with us men. And I'm glad I have a male caller for this particular situation because I'm just saying, just in general with us,
now
because they expect us to really kind of take these emotions and handle them as a man, but it's hard for us to do it because we already borderline crazy because of the way society treats us, and the way
right, right.
and what
But
society
I can say
expects
this.
from us, what
Let me just
expects. I
say my
mean,
piece with this. Every situation don't need closure. Some situations are better left alone. Like when you find out what she was out there doing, that was your closure right there.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I was fucked
So
up about that.
some situations are better best left alone because you know what I'm saying? It just get a never ending circle. You would just go, why? That's just like a similar situation. That's just like if you know, I know you remember Erica Jackson. If I was to sit up here and be like, back in the day when I used to go with her, and I didn't understand why she kept doing the things she's doing, it'd be a never ending circle. Like, that's just the type of person that she is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And sometimes when females and males do things, they go through a lot, they going through changes. They try to find themselves. And a lot of females back then, they did things like that to find themselves. You know what I'm saying? And us sitting back looking, we don't take connection and we don't realize that. Our whole thing is like, hey, bitch, you broke our heart and you just gonna leave and you out here just fucking hitting with everybody. But sometimes, you know what I'm saying, we should take connection to know what that person wants. Sometimes people go through that to just find themselves and to try to balance themselves out, man. We dealt with a lot of females like that that turned out to be good women today. You
Right.
still look back at them like that. You look
We
back at them and be like, hey, man, yeah,
we really appreciate your input. You know what I'm saying? And we appreciate the subject that you brought forth to us because it's something new, something different, something that we can all relate on. We had called you
uh-huh.
in, just so you could be able to elaborate on that a little bit, and we thank you for that. We about to do the
No
final
problem, no
thought
problem. Always here to help.
and wrap up. I don't know if you want your name out there or not, but you know what it is, cuz it's all love.
Hey, you do what you want, man. I don't mind. Um, I appreciate y'all having me.
For sure, man.
So,
Hopefully next time it could be face to face.
Thanks for calling in.
all right, no problem. Have a nice night.
You too. So that was, yeah,
I want you to
closure.
elaborate on that. I really do. How you saying a lot of women are they hurt a lot of men just through them finding themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of things happen to men on a negative end as far as like some good men have been hurt by women because they were too busy trying to find themselves and along the way they may have hurt men. I would
Mm.
like for you to like elaborate on that. As much as you can.
I believe I hurt someone pretty bad because I grew mentally and emotionally. Uh, and I think that instead of me embracing that person to, you know, grow in the same way or even try to get them in the same direction, and it wasn't at my pace, so I pretty much pushed them away. Um, I mean, I I can't really. That's just like is. I can't speak for most women. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm still learning myself, and as far as relationship wise, I haven't been in one since I grew mentally, so I can't really, go tick for tat as far as that right now. But
Understand?
hopefully, I can come back with an answer one day.
That's cool. That's cool. And I'm glad that you're not messy like some women. You messy looking, but you're not messy. We gonna wrap this video up. I know it's kind of long, but all in all, I want people to be very, very more conscious about how you how you handle another human's emotions, because them type of things, it may seem minor to you, but it could be big to a
Major to some,
right, you know.
and
So
it could really affect the rest of their life.
right,
At the end of the day, you have to do what's best for you, but in the same token, you have to also acknowledge that it's another party involved and that you have um, somewhat of a responsibility of how
it's
you
it's two
know,
it's two ways. Let's just simplify it for them. Either you're gonna have some manners and clean up behind yourself, or you're gonna be messy and just leave a trail. And then when that time comes, eventually that powder is gonna fold, it's gonna fall over on you, and it's gonna be karma. So my best thing to you is it's always okay to say please and thank you. No thank you. I'm okay.
and you can always love someone from a distance.
Yes.
Always. You don't have to actually, be in a relationship and 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 hurt yourself even more being somewhere that you don't want to be. So, yeah.
At the end of the day, people, cut ties. If it's unhealthy emotionally, do it. Suicide is serious. Emotions are serious. Closure is just as serious. Cause and effect, knowing it, and don't beat on yourself emotionally or physically about the situation either, because at the end of the day, sometimes people resort to the person in the mirror because they're not able to reach the other person that caused the problem. So they sit there and they talk to themselves in the mirror, hoping to find an answer, or just so happen to blame themselves because they're used to making mistakes or they're used to being rejected. So they going back thinking it's the person in the mirror when it's not really them. It's the person that may have caused the problem that you ain't able to reach foreclosure.
But everybody is not meant to be in your life forever.
Right.
And some people are just meant to be there for the moment. Sometimes you have to sit back and reflect and have an understanding of what that relationship was and why it was and what it brought to you and what you learned from it. Because at the end of the day, that person might not have been what's best for you, and it might have taught you some things that you needed to learn to move on to the next one.
Thank you, Gigi. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I needed you to be strong for me because this is a very touchy subject for me. You know, feelings and being hurt and disappointed, having high expectations. Sometimes it could hurt a man. And it could make a man do some dirty things in his life that he could regret. You know, and I was one of the few that was able to keep his composure somewhat. But I lost myself along the way, I admit. But them feelings, they could change a life, a lifestyle, and a mindset. So all in all, be mindful of what you do. Care for one another the best way you can. If it if it's not what you're looking for, or you know you in that point in your life where you just find yourself, let them know. But like my partner Gigi say, do what's best for you. Don't beat yourself up. Casey, Gigi, out.
Bye, lovies.
Bye.